I think what would be really important to understand why I love this asset class, why a lot of you love this asset class, it comes down to the 5 profit centers. And there's a lot of miseducation or lack of education about how rental properties actually provide this profit for you. So I thought we'd start there. The 5 profit centers, right? The ways that you get paid by rental properties. Number one is your net rental income, otherwise known as positive cash flow. And this is one that gets a lot of eyeballs and headlines and is at the forefront of decisions for investors on investing in rental properties, which is a good thing. But also, many times, what this net rental income does is it becomes the only decision-making criteria for investors. Net rental income would be, listen, you've got your gross rents that are coming in, the rents that the residents are paying, or many people call them tenants. We call them residents because they stay forever. You've got gross rental income coming in, and then you've got expenses that come along with owning and operating the property. So your net rental income would be what's left over after a month. So that's your first profit center. Next, you've got tax savings. And tax savings, again, an incredibly misunderstood profit center. And we have a lot of additional training, and I hope you guys continue to come back on these calls because we can dive more into it. But at the end of the day, rental properties are a tax-advantaged asset, almost like none other. Because you just simply invest in rental properties, you don't have to have any special qualifications. You get advantages on the tax side that you just simply don't get in other asset classes. And so you're able to offset and defer a lot of income through tax write-offs. And so what this does is it keeps more money in your pocket at the end of the year, and you don't have to pay taxes on the income that you earn, which is a great thing. Next, you've got your principal paydown. This is where your residents are living in your home, paying you rent. Not only are they producing positive cash flow, net rental income for you, but they're also paying your loan balance down. Next, you've got home price appreciation. That's your 4th profit center. That's what gets a lot of headlines as well. And home price appreciation, at the end of the day, when you look back on your experience of owning rental properties, home price appreciation will account for 60 to 80% of your overall portfolio returns on investment. It is incredibly important, but again, it's very misunderstood. And I hope you guys continue to come back because we certainly dive into that one a lot. And lastly, it's inflation hedging and inflation profiting. And prior to probably the last 2 years, nobody ever talked about inflation hedging and inflation profiting, but now we all see how important it is. And rental properties as an asset by itself are a hedge against inflation. It's one of the reasons why you see rents and home prices have gone up so much over the last couple of years as inflation has gone up as well. It's not a coincidence. It's happened decade after decade after decade. So those are your 5 profit centers. That's the way you get paid.